Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are going to jump into, I believe, session 5. And here we have a interesting opposition of destinies. Things that exist upon this island seem to be counterproductive for some, and building and introspective for others. Currently, we have people that are diving into the ocean and realizing that the ocean is more than just water. And as they look into the depths, they see no life. We have others that are in-tuned and understanding that this island is more than what it seems, yet it is not giving anything. It is more of a take, almost a drain, if one could describe it as such. Basura seems to be the center point between the power that the island holds and the depths at which it will take from you. And as we ended last session, we saw Miter being pulled from her stump. And as the party rushed into the camp itself because there was something wrong, they saw only footprints. And Saul began to rapidly create a plan. And it included only two things: save Miter, or find something that will. And as they expressed themselves, there was a lot of confusion, as the side of Saul has never really exposed themselves to the party that is available, which is desperation and action. And everyone jumped in as everyone moved into the forest itself, the jungle, if you will. And there is a feeling of unknown as everyone begins to move through this thick brush with Saul in the beginning, the front. And we will switch to Miter as she is experiencing the draw and the pull. Miter. Panic seems to flutter in your chest, most like a trapped bird. And as you are dragged upon the dirt and the mud and feeling your body scraped upon roots that have shown themselves to the surface, you enter an open space. And as you look around, you see huts and structures created from mud and flora. And then as you start to be pulled back, as you look to your upper right, you see an effigy that is coming into horrifying clarity. The structure is shaped like a monstrous woman, its form twisted and grotesque, and it seems to be made from carved, dark, weathered wood. It seems to pulsate with a faint, malevolent energy as its gaping maw seems to be painted from some sort of crimson color. Vines, thick and gnarled, writhe around the effigy like snakes, their glow casting an unsettling, flickering light. Two strong islanders, their face painted with the same crimson markings, grab your arms. And as the fear turns to terror as they lift you, your legs kicking against their grasp, they hoist you towards the effigy's maw, and your screams are swallowed by the warped wooden smile. And as they are pushing you in, there is a low, guttural chant that erupts from the villagers. Their voices, in a cacophony of fear and desperation, call upon something that sends shivers down your spine. Tara. The chanting intensifies, and as you struggle one last time, you are pushed deeper within and drop down into a cage of hardened wood and villagers chanting a desperate hope outside. Everyone else begins to enter the jungle itself. Again, Saul leading everyone else moving forward. Saul, I need a survival check.
And I helped. Can I?
You may. You have advantage. So?
Okay, that's better.
17.
17.
Your mind is focused on one thing, and that is Miter. And as you are moving through the thick flora and pushing and moving, as each step you take seems to illuminate and track the way you're supposed to go. And you look down and you focus on that. The forest almost opens itself deeper in. Basura, I need a nature check.
Oh.
The direction and way that Sarloth is moving seems counterintuitive. There is a recognition between the path you take and the path that they are taking. You have distant and foggy memories of this island, and there is something that is telling you, at least distantly, that this is something that will lead to a problem. Senna, there is a deep and forceful spike that jabs into your brain. It arrives in a chilling wave, a voice devoid of warmth or empathy, as it slithers into the deepest recesses of your understanding. Senna, your silence is deafening. The scales of your ledger tip precariously. This place you claim offers no solace for your obligations, but have you truly looked? Life, Senna. Life itself is potent currency. Find a way, harvest, and collect. It need not be crippling, but a token, a reminder of that depth, even on forgotten plains, must be settled. There is a moment that everything seems paused. And as you are contemplating, the voice returns. Do not disappoint us, Senna. For failure is not an option. We see the potential, a foothold, a source, possibly new, of tribute. Uncover and exploit its secrets. Leverage it. There is desperation here, and you can make do with it. Obedience is your only path to survival. The intrusion of telepathic memories fades, but there is a lingering feeling of a chilling exploit from the Orzhov, as though it's distant memories and the capability of it in order to contact you has been forced and given wealth and meaning. Snarf, go ahead and give me a history check.
Roger that. Rolling the big one. Bang. Oh, I like
16.
it. Yeah, not bad.
As you are kind of hanging out, creating this solar calendar / time, there is a deeper understanding as you are understanding that McMahon handles and his chair, this could be a place where he at least set foot upon. And there is as you're looking around and you're counting the trees, McMahon said that there were 7 coconuts that would be able to be harvested and shown the way. And you see exactly 7 trees. Only 5 of them have coconuts currently.
I'm gonna go investigate a little deeper. Maybe there's a coconut I can't see back there.
All right, I need everyone to tell me where they are currently so that I can start building a map of where everyone is. Who is joining Sarloth in the excavation or the investigation of deeper in the forest to find Miter?
Nuts. I put cocoa nuts.
I mean, I'm on that adventure, Alex.
I'm sorry, are you on that adventure? I don't know.
I just got a little sidetracked with some cocoa nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
also-
there, but he's disassociating.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, it occurs to me that I broke the rules last roll because I still have exhaustion, so I should have
I will
rolled
give you
with
that roll anyway. That is
no
fine.
disadvantage or advantage next time.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate
Heck
that. Yeah, okay. I will try to remember that.
I'll remember too. I had forgotten.
Okay, so if everybody could text or send it into the Roll20 chat exactly who you're following, because at this point, I need to know where the party is.
I'm
Except-
with.
I mean, I'm in a wooden shark cage.
You don't have to. I know you. You're fine. The people that know where they're at don't need to make anything. So I'm heading toward those coconuts. All right.
Cocoa nuts.
I'm gonna find.
I'm
my
with Sarloth.
goddamn
Okay.
wife.
I'm with Senna. So Flora's with Senna, following a trail that I could see. Okay. So
And I believe we were at the head of the party, at least.
yeah, you and Senna technically were at the last session. At the end of it, were with Sarloth as they moved into the deeper forest. Senna. It's okay if you... Oh, okay. Are you able to at least tell me where you're going? Okay, so he's trying to speak but cannot.
Marco.
Polo.
I see them coconuts.
Okay, as Senna attempts to fix that. Again, it doesn't mind if you start to jump into this and we can hear you. But sir, there is a feeling as you are...
Testing.
There we go, we
We hear
got
you.
you.
Testicles.
All right, sorry about that.
No, it's good.
What was it that you had asked?
I'm asking, where are you going? Who are you following?
Flora. She seems to be hot on the trail of something, and yeah, I've learned over the past couple months to trust in the bunny.
Okay.
I'm
Not
following
sure.
White Rabbit.
One should always trust Herringun. I've never known one to lead a party astray.
Yeah, say that to Alice.
Oh, which is really weird because that is a name that Sam knows intricately. Miter, I need you to make a check based on what you would like to do. As the wooden door closes and these large villagers that look to be elves, but again are shorter and have more sharper features, close the door within this effigy and wrap heavy rope around.
And this cage is all made out of that same dark wood.
Correct.
Looks like driftwood.
It
I'm gonna
looks like
see if there's-
driftwood, but there is an aspect to it now, at least as there's something that has changed about it.
I'm gonna see if there's anything that I can see that looks like a weak point or where it's not connected fully, and I could maybe like pop something out and slip out.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Do it big. Do it big.
big.
You got this, honey.
A 9.
It is not big.
What is happening is you are known as someone who keeps their cool and are able to direct people in, especially with the MI7 and your ability to take information and put it into a place where other people can understand it. This is a place where you are not comfortable. You are being placed in something that is beyond a comprehension. And as you start to panic and look around at all the joints, the anxiety that fills you takes away from that and slowly degrades your ability to understand things. And as you look out at the minimal window that is given to you from the front, the door that has closed, you hear a chanting. And there is a deep guttural feeling to it. And the only words that you can make out are Tara. And if you want to give me a religion check.
I can do that, I think, maybe.
You got this,
This
honey.
side's better. it's
Better than last time.
14. You realize that they're sacrificing you to appease Tara.
Wonderful. That's great.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some happy music now, apparently.
That tracks for sacrificial.
Yeah, that sounds about right for sacrifice.
Off with the head. No.
Do I get the feeling like they're sacrificing me right now, or they're getting ready to?
There is a process. You are
Got it.
at the start of the process. Let's see, 14 religion. The sacrifice of Tara is actually incredibly rare. There's very few things
You
that
feel
are.
honored.
Yeah, exactly. There's very few things that are sacrificed to Tara because Tara represents the ocean, the sea, the water, the storms, which are constant. But there is a deeper and unknown aspect that these people are desperate. These people are, at least the ones that have captured you and put you in here, they are desperate to appease Tara.
Okay. Well, that's not going to end well for them. All right. I gotta think on what to do.
Okay? And then we'll
Hey,
move
Viscera?
next.
Heyo.
Well, your god, Tara, she's a turtle, yes?
Nope, she's a shark. A really big shark with very sharp teeth. Lots of teeth.
Oh, a shark.
Very
I see.
painful biting teeth.
Ah, okay. Not much call for Tara in the places that I frequent.
Do you frequent a lot of oceans?
That would be why there's not much call for Tara in the places I frequent, no.
Snarf.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a insight check.
Roger that. Go, Power Ranger.
Sarloth. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yo. With
Insight.
disadvantage.
Snarf. You realize as you are trying to focus on the task that you have created, the sundial, moving forward, and you look around, and there is a call. As you look towards the center of what you can see as the island, feel a tug. And underneath that tug is a message. The chair awaits. Sarloth, as you are moving through the thicket of the jungle, there's a stop as you take a deep breath and look around. You don't know where to go next. You have Senna, you have Flora, and you have Basura with you currently.
I'm going to turn to the three of them, like pure devastation on my face. I can't find her. I don't know where else to go. I see the little footprints, but they're all around now, and I don't know what to do, and I need help, please.
Flora
can't.
has the tracks. Follow Flora. Be calm. We'll find her. Bardic
can't lose her.
inspiration.
Guys, I'd like to point out, last time I was on this island, like, this is not a good area. Can't really remember what happened. There might have been a shack with a guy in a rocking chair, but just this isn't a good way. Like, if we could find a different way, it might be better.
This is the way to go,
That's the
though.
Flora.
I listen. She's just been taken. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna find her. I've got the scent. We're on it.
Oh,
We gotta go. But you can panic. You can let all that energy out once you found her. Okay?
That's right.
You gotta hold it until we find her, and then we turn it into happiness. Okay?
Yes.
So this island's been doing kind of loop-de-loop things with me. So if I kind of black out or start drooling, or if a smoke monster shows up, just kind of push me along. Just keep me with you guys, because I don't want to just wake up in the middle of the woods again.
Basura, we've got you too. You're one of us. Bardic inspiration.
Passed
I'm
on.
gonna. Okay.
So it's safe to say Snarf is not with us, though, correct? Okay, all we can do is hope and pray that Snarf does not also get taken, because I can only follow one trail at one time.
Oh, I feel sorry for anybody who tries to take that man.
I genuinely feel sorry for anyone who tries to take my darling dearest wife, but I'm worried something terrible has happened.
Well, come on, we gotta get going. We gotta go. Don't run though. We can't run because there's
Singular
traps.
focus. That's right. Singular focus.
Okay.
is there any way that I
Relax
can
here.
pick up
I'll
our
take it down with
tracks?
you.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Survival.
While
I'm
Snarf.
going to kind of start searching for traps as we progress and whatever speed we're going.
I am while I watch Basura do that real quick, I am trying to teach Sarloth some breathing techniques for anxiety attacks.
Sarloth, go and give me a wisdom save.
Breathing techniques from a bunny. That's not a good idea.
It's fine. I'll just start hyperventilating. It's okay.
Is that with or without some help?
No help right now. Natural 20.
Ooh.
No, I'll give
Yeah,
you
but
the
it's a
natural
9.
20. That's fine. I'll give you
Yay.
the natural 20.
Good God. That's great.
As you are listening to Flora giving you calming techniques, mostly created from her children, and the amount of distraction and attention that needs to be applied to the everyday life of someone who has more than 10 children, there's a connect. And Saul, as you are focusing and listening, you feel connected, and there is a small thread, and you know Miter's in trouble. Something is wrong. And you can give me a survival check with advantage. Snarf. As you're feeling around you, you realize this is the place. You feel the energy that is around Vince. But there is a missing component. Something tells you it's here. Sarloth? You move forward. And every step seems to point you or feel guided.
I think she's this way. I know I should be panicking right now, but something tells me that she's in far more danger than I am. And so the right thing to do is to follow what the bunny told me and move forward.
Let's do it.
Snarf, you seem to move with an uncanny speed. Like the Undertaker, as they slam and move and throw.
The Gravedigger?
No, that is Monster Truck.
Right.
We are wrestling.
We are wrestling.
We need an artificer then.
True.
Stardust. I don't know. Figure one.
And as you feel yourself being pulled, there is a feeling of understanding. And as you appear upon an open glade, you look back and you see your party rushing forward. And as they burst through a curtain of hanging vines, there seems to be a scene that is ripped from a dream. Huts constructed from a twisted amalgam of driftwood, coral, and fungi huddle together in some sort of chaotic sprawl. And there is a hum. Especially you, Basura, feel that this is Tara's power that is being utilized, siphoned. And as the island's indigenous people, their skin painted with intricate crimson designs, move towards the party with urgency. And in the heart of the village, you see a crude wooden structure adorned with grotesque carvings. And from within, you hear a muffled and whimper that is unmistakable for the sound of Mider's voice, laced with fear.
I'm going to edge in front of the group, and I'm going to cast Fog Cloud so it kind of billows behind me a little bit. And very loudly, I'm going to say, "What goes on here? Who summons Terra?"
A collective gasp ripples through the village as you emerge onto and cast this deception upon the party behind you. An elder emerges, their voice weathered and etched with harsh memories. You, the outsider, has returned.
His
We
laptop is shut
remember
down.
you. What were you trying to say? Sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's
his
fine.
laptop got too hot from our game and it shut down. So give him just a second.
Okay.
Oh, he's frozen.
He
I didn't
froze.
Oh,
even
okay.
notice.
Yeah.
Hello? He's not moving.
He's not moving now. Is everything okay? All right, Snarf, go ahead and give me a history check again. Let's go ahead and start jumping into other people's thing.
Nice, getting better and better.
19. Good. Sarloth,
Oh no.
give me a
Yo.
will check.
A will check.
You have
Mhm.
inspiration. if
I
you
know I
want.
have inspiration.
I
Am
took my
blocked?
headphones off so he can hear you now. In the back
What?
room.
I feel really bad, but I do not see Will.
It's
Will,
wisdom.
it's wisdom. I'm sorry.
Wisdom?
I
Okay.
really, 3.5 was my biggest. I
Yeah.
played 3.5 for so long.
Old school DMs always
Yeah.
confuse wisdom and will.
That's fair.
Um,
Would this one be with disadvantage too, because of my exhaustion?
no.
Oh, okay.
The stream looks absolutely wild right now.
It is
Oh
pretty,
no.
My,
pretty trippy.
my boobs are sitting on top of Midar.
Good.
Nice.
As
You are
they
currently
should
the
be.
DM too, though, so that's exciting for you.
I know, I'm really good at this.
Oh, okay. It's because it. Oh, okay. When
It's a-
someone drops out, yeah.
Because it got all messed up video.
Yeah.
It all moved.
All right, welcome back. We are moving forward. It seems that it is a difficult path to try to figure out where Miter has gone. And the people that are focused on making sure to track that are having at least an difficult understanding of where that is. Saul, as you have looked forth, there's a strange understanding of where things are. As you are focusing in to your magic and the weave seems outside of the influence or the structure that you were used to. Snarf. Everything points to the chair being here. There's something that is buried and ancient. McManhandle has been here.
Yes, yes. I can smell his old man sweat from here.
Saul, it is your move forward. It is your move of where you think things are.
Well, I will continue to follow the notion in my head that my wife is in trouble, and so I will go where it tells me.
As you begin to cross the floor of the fauna, jump across certain rivers and streams, there's a feeling of correctness and purpose. And as each person follows Sarloth, there's something that connects all of you to the path that is being followed. There was a bursting through a curtain of hanging vines as you all stumble into a scene that seems ripped from a dream. Nestled amongst the towering trees, there is a village unlike you've ever seen that sprawls before you. Huts constructed of twisted amalgams of driftwood, coral, and bioluminescent fungi, huddled together in a chaotic sprawl. The air hums with an energy, a distorted echo of Tara's power, a bioluminescent glow that emanates from the very thing that creates the village and sticks it together in an unsettling, flickering light. Figures, the island's indigenous people, their skin painted with intricate crimson designs that writhe faintly, move with urgency. Some clutch a distorted echo. Others clutch a weapon or a spear, a sword, something that seems fashioned from sharpened coral, their eyes filled with a mixture of fear and defiance as you approach. And as you look upon the heart of the village, a crude wooden structure adorned with grotesque carvings of beasts and waves stands on a raised platform. And from within, you hear muffled whimpers and the unmistakable sound of Miter's screams, laced with fear. How do you proceed?
Uh, I am going to cast Thaumaturgy on myself, and use it to make my voice louder and, more commanding. I'm actually going to scream an infernal, "What have you done with my wife?"
Your voice pushes past the fog and the resistance and the fiendish-like origin of this falls on deaf ears, as though there is no recognition of what you're trying to say other than the emotion.
Worth a shot to try to scare them.
And
My wife is in that statue. I'm gonna say to the group in the fog.
Not for long, she's not.
Yes, I would much rather like to get her out.
Yeah, your fog cloud's there. Basura.
there is a strange fear that flickers within the islanders' eyes that ignites as soon as they see Basura as they walk forward. The crimson color of his skin draw their attention, but recognition dawns in their eyes. And there is seeming to be a elder with weathered face and etched memories of life living under a capricious god. And her voice cuts through the tense silence. You, the outsider, returned. We remember you, marked by the tide. You who dared open the black door. As her words are laced with accusation, there's a feeling of longing, but disturbance. As Basura, you feel this taint and disruption towards you.
Still with kind of the booming voice, I'm gonna say, "Yes, I opened the door." Kind of glance back at everybody, kind of like questioningly. You're like, "Become the harbinger. What do you mean to do with this tiefling?"
And the elder rises to meet your voice. You unleashed the crimson tide. Our once vibrant seas choked with death. Very lifeblood of the island tainted by your actions.
Go Bama.
And they gesture towards the villagers, their face etched with fear and desperation. We appeased the offerings with blood, but you only brought back destruction. The villagers around her murmur in agreement, their gazes fixed upon you. And there is a feeling of past encounters that hangs heavy in the air. They see you not just as someone marked by Tara, but as a symbol that has broken their trust, and a conduit for the very force that threatens to consume them. The Elder's voice returns. Now you return. With others. What brings you back? Do you finally possess the power to quell the tide you unleashed? Or are you here to make another empty promise? Another sacrifice on the altar of your own ambition?
I'm gonna try to crank up the charm and be like, this seems too public. Let's go to your dwelling and let's sit down and talk about this.
The thaumaturgy, my guess would be yeah.
Many tribals are seen at a glance. What do you mean, Sana? Like how many people?
Yeah, about how many pygmies am I looking at here? Just a rough guesstimate.
Okay.
Meaning, will the loss of life be something that I really care about or no?
At what limit is that?
Yeah, it's a very sort of balance.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting for your answer to
Okay,
see how
Flora,
Sana reacts to it.
you're within 30 feet. You are brought into the center of this village, and you can see Miter's wooden effigy in the center. Senna, at a glance, there is 40 plus, but your current count is 40.
I don't want to kill 40 things.
PPK. Good job, y'all.
Yeah.
If things get a little too hairy out here, I want to try to hop over some of these people if I can with that rabbit jump that I have
Mm-hmm.
towards Midar so I can try to get her out.
Okay. You make your feat equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus, which currently is 2, so 10?
Yeah, I can 10 without provoking opportunity attacks.
I'm going to tell Flora, watch for traps. Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Miter's gonna move to where she can see Saul through the little window.
Do I see
possible.
her like through that window, or does it just kind of look like darkness to me?
You can give me a perception check, Saul,
Okey-dokey.
with disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
'Cause I am sleepy boy.
You are.
That was the exact same
Oh,
roll.
damn, nice. As you, Flora, as you jump and move towards the effigy itself, as you land your feet just distant about 10 or 15 feet from the entrance, there is a low and powerful movement between the earth itself. And as you land your feet, there is a push and pull against the ground. And as you grab hold beneath you and look back, you see that a massive earthquake is starting to quell itself, pushing and focusing upon where you're at. Basura, as you talk with the elder itself, it's almost as if nothing beyond what you're talking about is existing. The Elder focuses your mind and your responses into what they're trying to talk about. Snarf. McManhandle was here. But you do not know where they went or how they decided to bury this chair. My dear, I need you to give me a wisdom save. Saul, you as well.
Oof.
You have
So great.
disadvantage, so I mean, I don't think what's the point of that.
Good.
Yeah, roll again, babe. See if you get that one.
Oh god.
Oh, 10.
I did
Okay,
not.
that's good. Miter, you lock eyes with Saul. And as you see them deep outside of the cage that is holding you, there is a slight feeling of, what if nothing happens? What if I'm just here? How can I escape? And your mind switches into, Saul is no longer something or someone that can save me. And your self-preservation kicks in. And you look around your cage, and there is a deep heat that seems to start emanating from below your feet.
Awesome. Do I still have
Everyone
my weapons on me?
outside. Oh, go ahead. What?
Do I still have my weapons on me?
You do. You have all equipment that you have on you.
Okay.
Everyone else sees a erupting fire ignite beneath the effigy itself. Flora, you feel the heat start to push up against your legs. Basura, what do you do in light of the situations that are before you?
I'm kind of one-on-one with the Elder. I don't see the fire or anything happening, do I?
No, you see the fire. It's just the Elder has kind of forced themselves in front of you, reacting kind of to what you do. But you see, definitely, the middle of the village itself start to catch on fire.
Elder, please stop this. Tara, she brought this group together and she sent us to this island. She forced a shipwreck, almost drowned us to get us to this island. And I don't know what happened. I feel like this island took memories or more from me. I just feel this electricity inside me, like around here. And we need to stop and talk about this and figure this out. If there's any way of me fixing this, I'll do it.
Basura, I'm going to lean over toward Basura and I'm going to whisper, act like Tara for a second.
I'm gonna kind of lean back and be like, the lady's kind of in my brain space. There's no way of like acting here.
Bye. And I'm going to cast command on the Elder.
All right. What are you commanding them to do?
Deify.
Deify. Okay. Let me roll. Is it a wisdom check?
Yep.
Okay. They got a 16.
She passes.
Okay.
Damn it.
As you look into the eyes of the Elder and command them, deify. There's a brief connection, and the elder blinks a few times. There is no recognition that you use magic on her. And she looks back. Basura, your fate is what you created. Now you return? We helped you enter the Black Door. We remember you. We sacrificed much to make sure that you entered. And yet you come back asking favors from us? This is not. This is... Tara has been angered by your actions. And yet here we are, discussing whether you feel bad or good. This is just another ploy of whatever you have to decide. We asked for help. We gave you what you wanted, and yet you return asking for more help. And there is oh, go ahead.
Look, lady, this Crimson Tide, the only way I feel we could fix this is with the 6 people with me. And I need all 6, not 5 and a piece of charcoal.
Then who will you save?
Who else is there to save?
If you do not know who to save, then all shall be sacrificed for Tara. Decide.
I'm gonna kind of like cock my head to the side a little bit and be like, I mean, the Crimson Tide is gonna kind of sacrifice everybody already, so why are you speeding up the process here?
Mm. The original process was you entering the Black Door. Yet, you return. You promised us that by leaving the Black Door, things would return. And that you're back, asking for the same thing. So, we finally possess something that will allow us to quell the tide. Are you here to make another empty promise? Or are you here to make another sacrifice so that Tara can finally rest? Either way, you have the choice. Do we move forward, allowing the rage and the hate to continue? Or do you have sacrifices of your friends, or at least the ones that you have brought here that you promised you would bring, to offer to Tara?
If I may, would Tara appreciate a sacrifice of a lonely adventurer who doesn't even know who she is? Or something that's more precious to her? Something that's more, I don't know, religiously connected, like say the elder.
Mida, you can go ahead and give me a strength check. In response, the elder So, this is how it will be.
You rolled a save, not a check, by the way, Miter.
Yeah. Yes, correct. So you would drop that by 2.
Oh, it's the same either way. It was 2
Yeah.
plus 2.
Look. Basura. The red one. The bleeding of tides. The answer to Tara's hate. What do you want? You have came here before. Asked us to get you into the Black Door, and we did. We sacrificed. We destroyed. Because that is what we believed would help. And so we pushed you. We forged you. And the Black Door was opened. Yet nothing that came from that was helpful. Or good. And so you return again, asking us to do something, give you something outside of this. What more can we give? What more can we understand?
Is this black door still active?
Once you entered, it never closed.
Fine. How about this? Since it's still open, let the 6 of us go through the door, figure out what the hell is happening. Dad, if we die, we die. It's a sacrifice for you guys. Just don't burn that one, because I'm pretty sure the guy in the robes will fireball everybody.
I'm gonna pipe up, like, in the most charming way possible from the back. Yes, not to alarm anyone, but I will fuck up this entire village if I need to, if you kill my wife.
Basura and Sarloth, you may give me a persuasion check, or like separately, or you can have advantage for whoever wants to roll.
Persuasion or intimidation?
Persuasion at this point.
Can I actually cast Charm Person while, like, right as we say all this?
You may. So that'll give a advantage of DC 14. Let me roll. I don't have a lot of wisdom, so. All right, they failed.
They won against command.
No, they won against command. That was a high roll. That was a 17 natural. This, however, is very, very bad. They failed that, so Sarloth, you may roll with advantage, and Basura, you just may roll a random, just a standard persuasion.
That's better.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
The elder looks fine. Maybe it's
Fine.
time. And there is a slight look towards Snarf. Are you willing to accept McMahonhandle's destruction?
Yes.
Let the tiefling go. As he speaks, Flora, as you are pulling against the wood, you see these small elf-like creatures jump up and kind of look at you and enter a almost ritual as their hands open the door. Miter, you see the darkness open, and there is a flash of light before you, and you see Flora standing upon the precipice of the stairwell or the stairs above.
Come on, baby girl, let's get out of here.
Fuck yes. And I climb out, I guess.
Yeah, I'm helping her. My little feet are probably singed, but definitely pouring some water on both her shoes and my feet when we get out.
There is a feeling of, as you're understanding the heat and the burn, Miter, as you're being pulled from it, you feel your skin blistering and starting to form these heat-related fluid sacs. Blisters start appealing on, but nothing seems to be happening to Flora as they jump down. And there is a moment as they're jumping down and time seems to slow. Mida. Stop
Yes.
being a victim. I need a wisdom save. As you land with Flora onto the ground of the village itself, you look around. And there is a heavy feeling of nausea. And you begin to try to hold it in, but Flora, as you look around, you hear a gagging, and you look back, and there is a vomiting, and my dear response, it's fine, and there's another vomiting upon the ground.
Sometimes you just got to get it all out. I do have a question, Alex.
Yes?
DM. So in real life, rabbits can't actually vomit. They do not have that capability. Now, do Haragons also have that?
Do you wish to not have it, or do you want to have it?
You're a chef. You should have it.
I think it should be a part of the Haragon problem. You can't ever vomit something up.
Sure, I will accept that. You do not have the ability to vomit, then.
I will duly note that for Alistair.
There you go. In response, there is a look of terror as Miter, there's a burning. There's a feeling of hate and charcoal within your stomach. And as you look towards a almost drawn feeling, you see Saul look at you, and there is a bolt. They start moving with quickness that you've never seen. And inside of your head, all you can think of is, I don't want him. I can't have him near what I have brought.
I think Miter's then gonna hold up a hand to like motion him to stop and back up.
So, there's no stopping.
I will continue sprinting towards my wife. I'm also, like, the whole time babbling in Inferno. Thank God that they rescued you, because I do not know how to kill an entire village, and I would have tried, but they would have killed me, and I'm so glad you're safe.
Miter,
Flora
as you
told me
hear,
to stop panicking. I'm still panicking.
Miter, as you hear this mumble of, I'm here for you. I would do anything for you. There's a break. A feeling of, this isn't me. And as you look towards Sarloth, there's a feeling of, he didn't create this. And we will take our first break.
Second break.
Yeah.
Second break.
Well, I mean, we took a break. Correct.
That was a technical difficulty.
That was a
break. It's
technical
totally
break.
different.
We're taking our
This is a break
first
break.
actual break.
When we come back though, I would like to have Flora, like, while they're having their little moment, she's like, all right, you lovebirds, and like she's like trying to look at Miter's feet, like while they're like having their moment. She's just like, just don't mind me, I'm just touching you.
Basura?
Miter's fully like, yep, I'll allow this. She
It's-
leans towards Saul.
I thought tieflings were like heat resistant, or are you not that kind of tiefling?
No, I have fire resistance, but you know,
This is special fire.
it is.
Welcome back, everyone. It seems that our group is stuck inside of a moral dilemma as well as a future dilemma of what to do inside of a capsule of destruction and reconstruction. Basura has experienced this, where the villagers themselves has given, hey, we want you, push you through the black door. According to them, they have sacrificed a lot to allow you to do that, yet you return, which seems interesting and odd, especially bringing more, as though you're expecting these villagers to sacrifice more to make sure that you go through the door? Snarf. There is a hint and a understanding that there is someone who had come to this island and brought a power. But you have yet to ask or inquire about this knowledge or story. Saul, you are reunited with your wife. And as your skin touches, there's a feeling of deep connection. And Miter pours tears upon your shoulder. Flora, there's a feeling of juxtaposition. You want to help and provide like your children, but you realize that there is no specific or known path for these people. You have created biscuits and baked goods, but not all want those. So how does one continue upon their advancement? Senna, the talk into your ear about the Orzhov and their requirements or demands seems ever present and pushing upon who you are and what decisions you make. Even though this circumstance, pull away from that. As one tries to determine, what do I provide? And what do I get in exchange? Miter, Saul, you see each other outside as everything connects and you are outside of your prison. Miter, how do you respond?
I am full weeping and kind of clinging onto Saul, as I feel like I just can't get a handle on my emotions. Like normally I'll get upset and then I can kind of, okay, bring myself back down, calm down, breathe. But it seems since we've arrived on this island, I can't, I've got no even keel. It's like really high, really low, just all over the place. And I just start speaking to Saul in Infernal because brain is just reverting back to what I know. It just, like, I called for you, I tried to scream, I don't know what happened, I really, really tried, but then I couldn't see a way out easily, there were too many, and I'm so sorry, and I didn't mean to get this far. Just, like, apologizing for being caught.
I will babble back. Also, Infernal, just, it's okay. The bunny taught me these relaxation breathing techniques, and it feels like it's hyperventilating, but it really does work to relax. But it's not working right now because I was so worried about you. I think I might actually be hyperventilating right now.
Me too, it's fine.
The elder walks up to Basura. Again, when they had a conversation about what it means or what's going to happen. What do you want, Basura? It seems you've come, and the original was to break us free. Yet, when you entered the door, you've come back. So why are you here?
If anything, I want my memory back. I've lost so much in my mind. I remember washing up on the shore. I remember trying to find shelter. And then 3 days later, it felt like I was on a ship heading back to the land. I don't remember anything.
Alright. Well, sometimes the door takes. I think it's okay for you to be here now. But I am lost on what means you expect to leave. The original, while you were here, you created. There was beauty in how you constructed things. Thing to structure. Creating things outside of would be normally there. And then led to the cove. You provided your necklace, I guess it would be. It was almost as a sacrifice to what you responded to. And when we finally let you into the door, or at least you created the path into it, we were left with nothing. Like, all we did was to provide you the method to get in. And you came back.
What did I promise for you guys to get out of this?
Promised that when you entered, we would be free. We wouldn't have to live on this island anymore. We could experience life outside of it. Yet we were still here.
Did you try
Yes.
going through the gate?
The gate can only be allowed for those that are approved. And yes, we have tried many times to go through the gate. Even when it's open, as soon as we allowed this one through, they were allowed, but we were unable. And so that's where kind of this anger comes from. We allowed this being that you call Basura, or at least they call themselves, and we did what we could to make sure that they entered the black, and they promised freedom. And it was not achieved. So there's hesitation into who they are and what they want, which is why we ask frequently, why?
When I washed up on the shore, when I woke up, I felt like it was a second chance. Even though I don't really remember much about this island, I felt like that's what it gave me. And I'm not sure what happened through the door. Maybe it affected me somehow. But I hope with these other 5 people, if we go through again, at least one of them will remember. And that's pretty much what I'm asking you, for a second chance to try this again, to free you guys.
Wait, you had memories. You go through the gate and you don't remember anything since then?
I don't even remember meeting these people the first time.
I'm not going through that thing. I have too many responsibilities to be just dropping them right now.
Whatever happened, I ended up on the mainland, so this might be the only way we're able to get to the mainland.
Sarloth, were you finding something in the writing that was in the hut? Do you think, given more time, you could figure it out?
Well, more time and an extensive library, plus the actual experts of this language. I know of it, but I barely know it.
Can you try to speak some?
Well, that it's not really spoken anymore. It's a dead language. No one's really sure how to speak it anymore. It's a bit like a language I've heard called Latin. Similar. No one knows.
Sanskrit.
Yes, Sanskrit.
I see.
I mean, I could
Canadian.
attempt to pronounce. Well, that one goes without saying. I could attempt to pronounce the words, but there's no guarantee that I'm even forming the syntax right.
Try for a moment, if you would, humor me.
Well,
And I'm going to watch the Elder.
I will attempt to speak the language.
You can give me a intelligence history check, which is
Like both?
yeah. You can just give me
Okay.
a history check.
Okay.
With advantage because you spent all night.
Oh man, better watch out. I'm gonna wrestle him.
19.
Ooh,
19.
level 3.
As you are diving into your journal of writing down these scripts that you are not familiar with. But you do understand basic language. You understand the way that the average humanoid would go to speak this. The tongue moving back, forward. And with the interesting and rare energy around you, you speak something that you cannot comprehend, almost as though it is forcing itself through you.
That makes me very uncomfortable.
Is there any
Basura?
recognition?
Yeah, I was about to say, Basura, go ahead and give me a intelligence check.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh.
As you hear this word, there is a deep connection. And as you process through what it means, you understand it means promise. A guarantee or a exchange of this is what I will do. And as Sarloth speaks this word, there is a almost dire connection, like, what am I doing? Who am I to provide this? And you speak out again, promise. Sarloth?
I will, I guess repeat the word, because I don't know what it means.
Promise. That's what you just said, was promise.
Oh. That, how do you know that? I will.
Well, the word kind of rises at the end, but it means promise.
Rises at the end. Oh, yes, I recall it. The scholar talking about. Okay, fascinating. I'm going to scribble all of that way. Do you know any of the other words?
Do I know any of the other words?
When given
Nat 20.
yeah. When given the
Just how to say where's the bathroom and a couple of words.
Yeah.
Bandles.
Yeah, exactly. You
Don't
know how
they
to take a
style
shit.
Can I have a hall pass?
Yeah, exactly. You know where all fluids are deposited. You know, you're like, oh, ugh, waste. When Sarloth starts to speak, there is a connection. You have this innate understanding of when there is a direction or a force, you are able to understand. So when Sarloth mentions east, west, north, south. You can understand where that means, but it also creates a physical aspect of that. So when he mentions, hey, can you understand this? And he shows you his book of all the Emberborn symbols. He will flip through a couple and you're like, oh, I know that one. That means south. And as long as you and Sarloth are able to be together, you can interpret the direction of Emberborn symbols.
I can understand the directions, like on the compass. And when you say them, I can kind of feel myself pulled that way, like a word of power.
Fascinating.
Not really sure about the other ones.
Well, I know some of the more obscure words. A few. Trust an academic to translate the obscure things before finding out where they're at. I'm gonna start repeating words, but I do want to occasionally throw Dwarvish, Infernal, and Elvish in there just to see if like he's just making it up. So like I'll say
okay.
like a
Test the
regular word. And
system,
then,
baby.
yeah.
Basura, do you understand Dwarvish, Elvish?
Primordial. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And common.
So
And Enderspeak.
as you begin to
Oh, yeah.
shift into these languages, there's not a recognition in the language itself, but there is a deep understanding of where these languages come from, and so the basics are understood. Basura is able to take away the finite meaning, but not the intricacies. So when you describe a flower, he is able to okay, a flower. But when you describe a beautiful understanding of a multi-petaled unit that has red and green and is able to understand, there is no understanding of that. But he's still able to understand that is a flower.
Fascinating. I will switch exclusively to Infernal at the end because I know that Miter can understand that, and I will describe like waves on the beach.
That's not a strange language. That's infernal.
Yes, but he seems to understand broad concepts in any language.
I see.
Fascinating. Also, you speak Infernal.
Oh,
Oh.
yes. It
Wonderful.
comes from dealing with fiends.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes, I
Indeed.
don't quite understand how it works, but any language it appears he understands. Just the broad spectrum, not the language itself, but the idea.
Well, didn't you say that this Ember Speak stuff was like the origin of most language?
Well,
Or like one
yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
original languages?
hypothetically, yes, of course, but to be able to translate the idea of any language just from a few words of... It's fascinating, for one thing.
The elder didn't show any recognition of anything that was said.
The elder seems to be mostly backed and moved, waiting for things to happen. Then, as they sit and look, and there is a few moments of recognition, amongst the conversation. But for the most part, it is a waiting. Because they have given what they believe is possible. And you have all given a response.
I'm going to switch to Infernal for a second.
Hmm?
And I'm going to say, I don't think we're going to get any tutelage from the tribals. However, they expect us to go through this gate, and if it's going to cause us to forget things, I would rather not do that just yet. I would like to pursue what's on this island and what you have there in writing to see if there isn't some way we can go through this gate safely.
Yes, forgetting everything I currently know is very low on my list of priorities at the moment.
So what happens
Can
when we
my
tell these people that we're
respond in
not going
Infernal?
to?
Yeah, anybody can talk in Infernal. That's fine.
Well, it sounds almost like Basura went through this gate with the intention of doing something specific and did not accomplish that. Maybe that's why the memory was erased. Like he didn't complete
He
whatever
didn't have a
needed to be
chance, he
completed.
said, though, because he washed up on shore and doesn't remember anything.
In truth, but if whatever he said he was going to do didn't happen,
Oh, you mean in
it
between?
might be something left. Yeah, something in between that he doesn't remember may have not been completed, and that's why his memory was gone.
Maybe.
It's also
It's not a risk I'd
possible
like
that the
to
memory
take,
loss
though.
is not permanent.
Are you guys talking about me?
There.
Yes, I'm going to
Agreed.
say an infernal.
Yes, you fart in your sleep.
Regardless, stepping through the black gate does not seem like our most ideal solution right now.
Yeah, I'm going to switch to
Memory loss or
common
not.
again, and I'm going to repeat what Sarloth just said. Yeah, going through that black gate is not high on my priority of things to do.
I mean, we can go through the Black Gate, or one of us gets sacrificed at will until
Yeah,
my
I don't
God
think
is happy.
that's not really on my to-do list today either.
Is there a third option?
As Flora, the bunny that has been sitting down and contemplating, starts to weigh in and look at all of the possibilities and the people that are creating things that are literally outside of her understanding or creation. So she's been waiting. And when the general consensus is, let's do this, she speaks up.
Yeah, is there a third option?
What do you think, Miss
Because
Hoppendon?
either sacrifice or a terrible door. I don't like either one
Yeah,
of those.
one of us dying or forgetting everything about your children. It just, it doesn't seem like something you would want to do.
I'm gonna turn to the elder person.
Mm-hmm.
Looking, am I like on eye level with them?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's been a while. Somebody on my own height. How long do we have before you've got to throw someone back in that cage?
Well, probably a good. And they seem uncertain, and they look to the waves and the storm. And they turn back. Well, probably another hour or so before the storm decides. I mean, we don't We don't have the control. We just do what Tara wants.
Have you ever just asked for like a couple of days, like offer some blood or something? You know, blood to the blood god and all that.
Remember what happened when I offered blood?
You're different.
I don't think Tara wants blood. I mean, we're more than willing. But I think there needs to be a decision. What are you willing to sacrifice?
I guess you, old man.
Yeah, I don't think sacrifice is something that's on our onus. I think that's on you. And I'm not going to let you touch any of us again. Miter was a mistake.
Why did you guys grab me?
You were special. You had energy and something that we can't do.
Like reach the top
Can't
shelf.
Do?
No, we can't. We can't give life to something else.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't have any magical powers, so I don't know what you're talking about there.
Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, I can do little things,
I'm gonna glance around. Do I see any children?
like minor illusion.
You go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
Can I also do a perception check?
You
Another
may with advantage.
con.
I'm not liking the vibe or the direction that this conversation is going, so while they're looking around, I'm just taking my glaive off my back.
Okay. Basura's not 20. Okay. There is something about my dear that seems beautiful. And as you're looking towards everything else and around, there are no children. There are no...
Detect life.
There are no young things.
Well, it's not Epstein Island.
Glad we cleared that out.
Oh boy. Too soon? Too soon.
No, not too soon.
It's also not Neverland Ranch if you want to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I like it.
That's always too soon.
Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm. Slime on all the kids.
Oh gee. Oh god.
Oh, just a bunch of slime on these kids. Oh, God.
Oh man.
Yeah, Miter, as you're looking in deep, and as everyone else is looking at Miter, something is different. There is something that is obviously adding to who she is.
Are we having a pregnancy trope right now?
No?
Dude, she would know. She's got like 24 kids.
I can smell it.
No, there's just something different about Miter.
While everyone is looking for children, Sarloth has gone on into like a academic tirade about how everyone has an innate access to the weave, dear. It's whether or not you can use it. Everyone feels it. Everyone has magic.
Mm-hmm.
And Miter's just going off about, yes, I know, I have the little weird stuff from, my family, but I don't like to use it because it's weird and tickles in a weird way, and I don't like it.
You get used to the tickle, dear.
No, don't like it.
Well, more
Basura.
magic for me then.
The elder approaches again. Look. I don't know what you're here for. And I don't know why you've brought these things. But I'm tired of expending what it takes to make sure that your line survives. Please. Make whatever you're doing the right decision. Because every decision you make affects us too. And I don't know how long it will take or what sacrifices it will take for you to realize that what you do also destroys what we have created. So please, make the decision it needs to be. Please.
I'm gonna stand straight up, and then I'm gonna turn towards the group and look each of them in the eye. I made a promise to these people, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go through this gate and try to stop this red tide, because the Crimson Tide is going to eliminate all life on Earth, on this planet, except the deepest of the oceans. And the last time I checked, none of you guys can survive in the deepest of the oceans. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Then I suppose we should help. So,
Well, yes, that does appear to be the best case scenario, doesn't it?
Snuff. As the elder walks away, giving his speech to Basura, he approaches you. The chair that you seek has been engulfed. Been reused and understood in a way of power, not function. Follow Basura, and I will give you one piece. And as they reach into their coat and pull out a piece, you see a small rivet that connects the metal pieces of chairs. And he says, McMahon was here, and his manhandles provided a strength. But you must be wary and cautious of who now holds the chair. For it is dangerous, but you seem strong.
Oh my god, is this... I can feel... It smells like mixed McMahon handles.
It does.
I came here with Basura and I will leave through that gate with him. He's my best friend.
Good. Because the strength you will receive is only dependent upon what you're willing to give.
Give it all for the nookie, so I can take that cookie. Yeah.
Sometimes
Probably
you
got
have
more
to
in
give
that
your
coat.
nookie.
Sarla's just gonna whisper in the back to Miter, it smells like sweat and old Pearson.
Don't
Nice
worry
little
about
river
it.
right there.
It's fine.
I wanna
I smell cocaine.
take out some rope and sling it on a rope and make a necklace out of it.
As you put it
Where is
around your
this
neck,
black gate?
Snarf, there's a feeling of you don't know what this is. You don't know what it takes. Sometimes you feel good. But Snarf, you are not it. And as you attach the chains to it, there's a feeling of rejection. Yet the necklace dangles around you, and as you look at your compatriots, it feels as though McMahon handles want you to show that you're the champion. It doesn't want you to be something, show something. You need to be the champion. Flora, you look out as everyone starts to make kind of a unknown move. You look at Senna, your friend. You look at Basura, the one that is creating the movement. Miter and Sarloth having this connection of love. Where does Flora go? Your kids have all grown up, and they're sending you letters and advancements and loving understanding of where they are. And you look at these people and you see a connection. They need more.
Do I have time to take a small jaunt into the jungle real fast? Just by myself. I just need like a moment.
You do.
Okay.
I really don't think you should go off on your own.
I'll be okay. I've been living in the woods. I lived in the woods for a while. I'll be okay.
I'm
Mhm.
going with her.
I'm gonna look over
No.
at the
Yeah, and the
elder
one
and
thing that
like,
took me is right here, so.
Mm,
If I stand here, I'm going to kill people.
I need just a moment alone. If you can just hold off. Give me a few minutes, okay?
All right.
Man, ask them why they don't have any children, and then I'm just gonna hop off.
Your feet hit the soft but moist ground, different than the dry and solid ground that you have created your garden outside of Heidi Hole. And each step or jump seems fruitious and freeing. And as you push yourself beyond the hearing or understanding of your group before you, you actually start to feel, I don't need to be anything. And as your steps again begin to dive into the dirt or mud, there's a welcome understanding of digging your paws into it. And as you push up again and slam down into it, this is home. And as you look through the deep thicket of the jungle and the restricted forest that you're in, you see Lotus jumping and galloping with every step you take upon your left. And as you look, you feel the hooves slam in. And you begin to bounce towards them. There's an energy of connectedness. And you begin to bounce and respond as you are next to them. They are open to questions.
You know what happens on the other side of the black door? Am I going to lose all my memory, or is it... okay, I know I'm going to ask a lot of questions, so I'm going to have to chill out. If I lose all my memory going through the black door, is there a chance that I could get my memory back when we come out? Or wherever we end up?
There's a long pause as you begin to jump through this forest, almost hitting a few trees, but it's almost as if you are expecting these to exist, and they kind of move out of your way. And there is a deep response inside your memory. Black door travels. Does not stop.
I forgot how you talk back, and so I apologize. Can you elaborate?
You can give me a persuasion check.
I'm just such a cute little rabbit. Can't I have advantage?
Sure, I will give you
still
advantage.
You still have bardic inspiration.
No,
Save it. 24,
24.
baby.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Nice.
I love you, Flora.
Really
You
should go late into the cute rabbit aspect of Alatar. I missed
Yeah,
out there.
exactly.
as you
Just a
begin to
poor bunny.
speak, Lotus focuses in on your words and says, "It seems you care deeply about those that you are around. The Black Door only offers transport. It does not change. It does not alter. It does not remove. It merely moves one to another place.
Oh, so something happened to them when Basura went through the door. They teleported, lost their memory somehow. Okay, I'm following you now. Thank you for moving the trees, by the way, because that would have been terrible. Do you know where the door leads?
The door leads to where one wishes to be the most.
Oh, I mean, how come those people can't go through the door?
Because they have dedicated themselves to the aspect of Tara that includes the depths and the unknown. When one does not know where they wish to go, then one cannot make a journey to a destination. They are-
What if we described the shoreline to them? Like, describe the town to them? If they could imagine it, would that work?
I am not an expert on why Tara makes the things she does.
Have
But
you
I
seen
can.
her?
Something is wrong with her, yes.
Does it hurt you to try to be on the island here with me? Or is it easier?
No, I want to be with you. I want to talk to you. But there is a restriction when it comes to speaking to those that are bound to deities. When one tries to exit what their purpose is, then we are destroyed in a sense. I want to speak to you, but I cannot. Just as Tara wants to speak to Basura, yet cannot. Look to the past and the anchors that drive who we are and what causes us to be. And when you destroy or take away those anchors, then we are allowed to exist.
I think I
You-
get what you're saying. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry,
No.
sometimes when you take so long, I don't know if you're pausing for me to respond or you're just done talking.
Exactly. I think that is how most responses should be taken.
She's gonna try to reach over to pat him, like on his
Flank.
flank. Give him a nice little thigh.
As your hand reaches out and brushes against this thick, dense fur, almost as though pine needles and thick brush has created this. You run your hand along, and Lotus looks back. Thank you.
I have one last question, and then I'll let you go because I know you're a busy guy. Just hear me out. I've always wanted to ask you this. Uh, say something happens. Can I call on you and maybe ride you into battle just one time? Just one time. I think we could have some fun.
There is a feeling of joy and curiosity. Yes. I think one who wants should get. So, ask of me what you will, and I will provide as needed. But again, the conversation that we have had is more than I'm allowed to give. So, also understand that I have sacrificed for you. And there is a slight distortion as you are running through the forest. And you take a quick movement to look forward to make sure that you don't hit or collide with something. And as you look back, Lotus is gone.
Damn it. I forgot to ask if I could use a saddle on him too. Shit. Oh well, next time. I'm gonna hop my little rabbit ass back to the gang.
As you exit off your travel, you jump almost as if you had never left. And you plop down to see Miter, Sarloff, and Snarf. You see Senna moving along the outskirts, calculating, seemingly finding something. You see Basura talking with the Elder, and then there is a brief disconnect as the Elder ends the conversation, not willing to hear what Basura wants or the exchange that he's willing to provide. You see Snarf at the top of the village-like pyramid, looking around. You see Sarloff and Miter sitting closely, exchanging food. Here is a biscuit. Here is a roll. But there is a tension that is between them.
I guess they're just flying like through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Just pop out. There's gonna be leaves and shit all in my fur. My ears look like kind of crazy. And I'm gonna thump like 4 hard times on the ground to get everybody's attention.
Everyone, as this dull thump goes upon the ground, everyone starts to look towards Flora. And you see a seriousness within her face. What do y'all do?
I'm gonna kind of look at her questioningly and kind of give her a thumbs up, kind of like uncertain.
What's wrong, Hoppin'
I
Don?
pause, Miss stuffing a roll in the mouth to look at her.
I don't wait for Sarlock, they're
Sand
snarfed. I just start talking. It just like verbal diarrhea just starts. All right, we figured it out. I got a lot of help. I got a lot of help. Praise be to Lotus. Okay, so if we go through the door, we only teleport to the places that we really want to be. We don't lose our memory. So something happened to Basura after he went through the teleport to cause him to lose his memory. So we don't know about that part, but we don't lose our memory. So that's a good thing. And then also, I get to ride a giant stag into battle at some point in time. I don't know if I get to put the saddle on him or not, but I mean, I am like really enthusiastic about this right now. But I think we'll be okay. It's just when we go through the black door, we're going to the place that we really want to be. So I don't know what that means for this island. I was thinking maybe we could play charades or something to a little game to make them kind of see the town that we came from. Maybe they can then go through the black door to get to the town, or maybe we could like show them from our
Draw
minds.
it.
I'm not very like
Draw the sand.
yeah, we can draw on the sand. I'm really good at stick figures. I've had a lot of practice.
Maybe you can go through the gate and then they can just go through the gate wanting to be next to you.
They have to really like want it though. Like it's yeah, and they don't know me like that.
They do know Basura like that, though.
Well, you've got an hour.
So board games or black door?
Yeah.
As
we can
everyone starts to try to understand and comprehend what Flora is saying, you see the villagers, these small elf-like creatures, begin to move around in a circular, like ritualistic pattern as the sun begins to set. There is a chanting and a connection with the energy or understanding of what is happening as the sun begins to fade and the moon begins to exchange what it was. The bonfire begins to be lit, and Flora looks expectingly upon each other member, waiting for a response.
So the black door is possibly a way off this island,
Yep, and it's safe. And I
Yes.
trust Flora.
depending on where you go, because Basura again
Where are we
lost his
going?
memory.
We all hold hands. We go to the same place.
Oh,
Yes,
why don't we
I
go
am
back to where we
concerned.
were?
You know where we want to be most, right?
Yes.
So it splits us up. That seems less than ideal.
What if we all want to really go to the same place?
What if we don't?
What
I
about
don't
the
know. I
people
didn't make the
here?
rules.
Wait, if we maybe because they've never been anywhere else, they can't imagine anywhere else.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was thinking maybe we could like describe to them the town and then get them off of here. But then we're also kind of, sticking it to Tara, and she's just in a really bad way at the moment, which might be worse doing it like that. So you know what? Maybe don't do that.
Maybe we need to go to wherever Basura went before to stop the Crimson Tide, because
Yeah,
he
I
went through the
tried that.
door and started it, right?
Yeah, and I asked him, and he doesn't remember. So
Oh, that doesn't exactly help us, does it?
Well, Basura, where did you want to go most?
Does it have to be a destination? Can I just be like, I want to go where I can stop this?
I didn't ask these kind of questions. My deity pulled some some. Yeah, he gave up some things to give me some information. I didn't have all the questions. Okay, I was very. I also wanted to ask about the saddle, and I didn't get to. So not everybody got to ask a question that they wanted.
Well, I'm
Sounds
not
like
seeing a
that.
black gate anywhere. Where is this gate anyway?
And that's a very good question. I would like to see it as well.
Do I have any idea of where it's at? I remember coming across it, but or memory wise.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Again.
As Flora info dumps about the saddle, I'm gonna like try to be helpful and remind her of the breathing technique she taught me.
17. Nice. You remember, as you are diving into your recesses of your memory, that the black gate was given to you. The people that are around you had to sacrifice or give something in order to give you the way to this gate, which is the reason why they're so apprehensive about doing it again. The sacrifices that were made are outside of your perception, but they were necessary. The black door that they describe is deep within the mountain that you see to your northwest. It's the one where you had gone and placed your necklace and it was burned and you heard Tara's response. That was the base of the mountain. But within deep, and there is a place within it that connects and allows you to access the black door.
I'm going to point northwest and say that way.
I'm going to walk up to the elder, if I may. And I'm going to say, all right, we'll go through your gate. Flora says it's going to be safe. I trust her. You did kidnap our tiefling friend. You locked her up in a cage.
Yes.
You burned her feet.
We wanted
You
to
were
burn
going
more
to
than
murder
that.
her.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You wanted to do more. And as far as she's concerned, you owe a debt. And I'm going to stab him.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Oh, using your
25 to hit.
glaive, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you talk with this elder and you reach your hand down and their hands kind of grab onto yours and they're talking and there is a connection with, yes, of course I would kill her. And you, in one swift motion, pull your glaive down.
I had already pulled it off my back like before Flora walked off, remember? I was ready with this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just
Okay.
adding, yeah, it's already there.
Oh, okay.
You were just, it was just ready on your shoulder or somewhere in a place
sorry,
that was...
yeah, you're doing it flavor-wise, sorry.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I'm just doing flavor-wise. And you grab it, and there's a nod, and then a swift cut. And the cut is so swift that the elder looks at you, and there is a small tear, and the tear turns to blood as the top half of themselves begin to fall upon the ground, and there is blood that flows.
And I'm going to say in common, there's your sacrifice to the tribe.
There is a immediate and almost destructive response as the mountain to the northwest begins to shake. The ground beneath you begins to become unstable.
Excellent.
Everyone, I need a dexterity save. (16, 23, 5).
I'm not a dexterous person.
Yeah, see that. 11.
Can I try to help him with my save?
I didn't mention it before you made the save, so no.
Am I allowed to use lucky footwork for this? Shit, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, what? No glaive. I was trying to see
When
what.
you
wait, hold on.
fail a dexterity
Let
save,
me,
so
hold
let
on,
me
let
let
me
you.
fail it.
Yeah, let me let you. Yeah, you gotta check first, and I'll let you know if you fail. No, you don't fail. Saul, Basura, and Snarf, you gave me a weird slashing. Can you give me just a dexterity save?
Oh, I did it 16.
Oh, okay.
Just like rolling my mouse.
Oh, okay.
And it, like,
There it
clicked
is
on
up
it,
there.
like,
Okay, so
yeah.
everyone but Saul, Basura, and that's it. Okay, as you feel the ground beneath you start to move and explode and shudder, everyone looks upon the villagers and they begin to transform into these shapes. Basura, as you're looking upon these shapes, all you see is your mother. Senna, the same. These are the ghosts of who you used to be. Flora, as you look upon them, you see your children massacred and destroyed. Mitre, you see nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sarloth. I was gonna say Saul, but Sarloth is your name outside of Mitre. Sarloth, you see the dragon that wasn't a dragon, constantly floating and falling around. Snarf, as you look upon these shadows, you see Vince McMahon-handles grabbing chairs and beginning to attack you. There is a brief pause. And you, Senna, feel a deep and undying response. Do not disappoint us, Senna. Failure is not an option. We see the potential on this island, a foothold. Uncover its secrets, leverage the outsider's desperation. Obedience is your only path. And there is a quick end, but a feeling of perform, destroy, and take. And as you start to look around, there is a unplanned use of your destructive and understanding of debt. And as you peer around, you see Snarf. Snarf owes at least 12 gold to the Orzhov in many different ways, but expertly to the Orzhov. Sarloth actually owes 20 gold when he has used the gold, unbeknownst to him, to get more academic funding. Mitre, as you see, owes quite a bit of gold, actually, probably upwards of 60 to 70, depending upon what they are doing. And Mider's gold themselves are owed directly to Orzhov. And finally, you look towards Flora, and there is a charge of 1 gold. And as you begin to use your sense to dive through it, you realize that one of her children has accumulated this. And through her, she is the next of kin that provides for this gold. Basura themselves, as you're looking in, their debt is odd. Outside of Orzhov, but wanted. This is not directly towards Orzhov, nor what they have deemed necessary to retrieve, but more of a extra catch. If you can get this, then maybe there is a extra bonus.
All right, got it.
Okay. The area begins to shudder and compress, and the villagers look upon Senna as their blood is drenched upon his sword. And there is a immediate hate and disdain as the villagers bolt and run in every direction they can. How do you all respond?
To the gate?
I draw my pistol and I point at Senna.
There's no gate.
There's no gate. I was about to go through that gate. I'm gonna go investigate where it was, I guess. See
Yeah,
if I
to
can
the
find any
mountain.
clues.
Find the gate.
What the fuck was that?
It's a rather extreme
I'm
response.
standing too, and I'm the key, so.
He gave me a. I think he knows where Vince McMahon's chair was.
Sergeant.
Oh, well, yeah, that's might as well. Let's see if he's got any more pieces of the chair on him.
My pistol is still pointing at Senna.
By the way, there's a
Yeah,
pistol
Mider's
looking
gonna
at us.
stand and move between Senna and Sarloth.
Snarf,
Don't look
as
at
you
me
look
like that. I'm no threat
Okay.
to any of you.
This island is exploding because of you. How are you not a threat to us?
No, it's not because of me. I didn't do anything to explode the island. I just
It
took
started
it back.
exploding when you killed that man.
Right. That's got nothing to do with me personally. That has to do with someone or something that cared about that elder.
The elder who worships the god that owns this island.
That is this island, right?
Ah, so have a
Yeah.
talk with your
Surrounding
god. Tell her to chill out.
Almighty Vincent McMahon handles. I will find your lost chair.
the rest of the villagers begin to jump into any sort of haven that they have, their homes, community centers, somewhere to stop or prevent the death that is about to ensue. Basura, go ahead and give me a perception with advantage, and everyone else can just give me a perception.
Can we maybe bring them with us to the gate door?
23.
Yikes.
Senna, natural 20. Flora, 18. Snarf, 22. Basura, 23. Sarla, 6. Meh. Miter, 11. Okay, so everyone but Saul and Miter.
The tieflings don't get it.
Yeah, right. As you are reeling around and watching all of the villagers jump into various different positions, there is a smell of salt water and push of deep ocean. As everyone looks around, especially Senna, who got a net 20, Snarf and Basura, who got over 20, there is a deep feeling of destruction and almost tidal wave like water that seems to be pushing through. Everyone that can sense this starts to evade and run. Most people are moving towards the northwest to go up the mountain. Some are staying within their village or their home as comfort. But there is a very brief moment of you have seconds to decide what you are going to do. So each person has exactly one move or one decision, depending on what they're going to do. I will give in a round each decision, besides Miter and Sarloth. They unfortunately didn't make a perception check. So we're going to start with Snarf. You have one decision. What are you going to do?
Grab onto my necklace.
Okay. Flora.
Yella, we need to get to higher ground.
Okay. Senna.
Senna is going to bolt toward the mountain and shout, with me?
Okay. And Basura.
I'm just gonna turn towards the mountain and start walking.
Okay.
If it floods, I can breathe it.
Lucky duck.
I need everyone to make a dexterity save now. All people. 18's good, 17's good, 19's good, 24's good.
Jesus Christ.
6 is bad.
Darling.
13 is not good, but not bad. Okay. I guess everyone, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. So, everyone but Senna and Saul, there is a push and as you feel this force of air that is pushing through the forest or the jungle itself. The leaves are whipping and slapping against each other as everyone starts to move towards the mountain itself. Flora decides to stay back and yell, hell yeah, father. I don't know what you're yelling, but things are happening and you're like, just fucking move. Snarf, you try to hold on to your necklace and you dip down, and as you look to your back, you see a massive wall of water start to move in. Senna, you are rushing and running towards the mountain, and Basura, you are walking. Sarloth and Miter. Sarloth, you don't know what to do. You are stuck, and as the final wave crashes into the land itself, you are undertaken within the wave, washed along. Senna,
shit.
you yourself, as you're trying to run, are also gripped up and ripped into the tide itself. Everyone else is able to stabilize themselves as the rush of this tidal wave of seawater crashes into the land and start to push up towards the mountain. Everyone is lifting their heads up and starting to swim and coughing.
With my swimming ability, could I be able to swim back towards Charlotte?
Give me a perception check to notice Sarloth.
Miner would also like to attempt to get to Sarloth.
Okay, with disadvantage, you can go ahead. With do you want to see him or go towards him?
I want to try and spot him and then go towards him.
Okay, so perception with disadvantage.
Got it.
And then we're waiting on Basura's. Oh, Miter, natural 20, 16. And then Basura.
Lowest with a 12.
Okay, 12. Miter, you're able to spot Sarloth as he is basically stuck against a tree, trying to swim out of it as the pressure of this wave is pushing him into it. Light on yourself, I'm assuming?
Yeah, like I
Okay.
did before.
Okay. Easy. You don't even have to save. Floor's light of her ear just lights up. Sarloth, I need a constitution save. Miter, you're able to see them. Basura, you are not able to see Sarloth. The waves that are crashing in. A 4. Shit. Sarloth, you are actively drowning. So I
Okay.
need, let me go into your character sheet to figure out everything. Okay, shit. You have a low constitution.
I do.
Oh my god. You are actively drowning. So for every turn, you will have to make a death saving throw. So we are in death saving throws now for Sarloth. Miter, you're able to see him. That's it. Miter, you're the only
can't
one that
get
can see
to
them.
I
You can attempt. It's
I
going to
would
be
like to.
opposite. Okay, so it's going to be disadvantaged athletics. As you dive into the water. Oh, that was just a random one. Okay, so as you dive into the water, you are pushing as hard as you can. There are massive amounts of water force that is pushing you away from him. You are not able to reach him in, at least in no way, shape, or form. You are able to dig in and push yourself, and you maintain the distance that you're going. So you are basically equal. Flora?
I've casted light on myself. I'm gonna try to dive down to see if I can see either one of them.
Athletics with disadvantage.
Can I call out for Basura while I was doing that?
Yeah, of course. Oh, is that with
Good on your death
disadvantage?
saves.
Yes, that's with disadvantage. I got a 15. The other roll was an 18 or something.
Oh, okay, 15. You are able to see Sarloth struggling breathing as he begins to against the tree as he's trying to push off. The water keeps pushing him and he is under the house. You notice that he is 50 feet away from you.
I don't know if I can make that. I'm gonna try to swim towards him, but then I'm also gonna be thank you, Ridley. He's making fart noises on my arm.
The last of
That's my
Sarloth's
boy.
breath leaving him.
I also make a silent plea to Lotus. If this is the one time you could let go of a tree, this would be a good time to do it now.
Do you want to use that as your action?
Yeah, and then if I can try to swim towards him.
Okay, so I'll give you your half movement towards him as well as advantage on a religion check.
Not gonna lie, this music reminds me of like Mario Kart.
Same.
It reminds me of Portal.
Oh, I can see that
can
too.
Can I add the inspiration to it? What is that? A 1d6?
1d6.
Yep. 15. So as you dive into the water, and as you are calling out to Lotus, there's a brief moment of him gliding along with you, and he picks you up with his horns and puts you on his back, and he allows you to, there's like a brief moment of pushing, and he dumps you off right next to Sarloth himself.
I'm snatching his ass up if I can.
Okay, so that was your action. You've already wasted, not wasted, but you've used all of that. So we're gonna move on to the next one.
Am I able to at least put my hands on him? My little paws?
Sure. You can put your paws on him, but no other action is allowed. If that works.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Snarf. What are you doing?
Apparently holding on for dear life. I guess a big wave is sweeping me up.
Yep.
I'm gonna ride the wave, baby.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Athletics. It was alright.
16's good. As you are tying on and you kind of push yourself up and you grab yourself a big leaf and you're like, I know how to, okay. You start to ride the wave down into the beach where you were building the sundial. And you ride over it and you see Flora, My Dear, and Saul kind of in the general vicinity. My Dear is attempting to try to swim and is not great at it. And Flora is right next to Sarloth, getting him up, holding his hand. Senna, you're up.
Moral support
Do I
while you
see
drown.
Anyone around?
It looks like that guy's drowning.
You are able to, yeah, you're able to see everyone but Basura in their respective places.
Does everyone seem safe?
Saul does not seem safe. Miter is relatively safe. And
Saul
Flora
close
is
enough to
attempting
get
to
you?
sacrifice her safeness for someone else.
It's all close enough to get to.
You're within 50 feet.
50 feet. So that's 2 rounds. I'm going to start heading that way.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check to swim. 12. You're able to move and swim okay. You don't move the full 30 feet that you thought you would. You move 20. Basura, you're up.
I'm doing my best flipper impression going towards Flora and Sarloff.
Okay. You can go ahead and give me athletics with advantage because you are a swimmer.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. You are moving swiftly, and as you're moving towards Flora, you're pushing back, and as you look over your shoulder to the back, you see a grave storm. The clouds are darker than you've ever seen. There is lightning that is crackling upon the surface of it, that is slamming down upon the island itself. And you can see as it hits the middle of the island, sand, rock, and tree matter is exploding around. and you go up to Flora as she is attempting to pull Saul or Sarloth out of the water.
Big old drown, man.
Going to attempt to lift Sarloth out of the water.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me strength check.
Can I use my inspiration?
You may.
What's inspiration? That's a D.
It's advantage, so you just get to roll with advantage. That's how I roll inspiration.
10.
Oof. 10. You were attempting to pull him out, as well as Flora is starting to pull him out. There is a draw, or almost a whirlpool, that is starting to suck and pull him in. We will go back up to the top. Miter, you're up.
Do I need to roll a death saving throw, Alex?
You do.
Okay.
That's fine. I was gonna roll it on the second time, but yeah, go ahead and roll it.
I'm still trying to get towards Saul.
10's a success. It's a... Okay, so go ahead and give me an athletic check, Miter, with disadvantage. Good 19. And a 4. As you're beginning to push and pull and trying to swim into it, the current starts to push you and drift you off. You are unable to do anything but try to keep your breath and swim up. Snarf, you're up.
How far is? Can I see like Sarloth from me and see how far he is?
Yeah. So Snarloff is relatively far to you, so it's about 70 feet.
Oh jeez, and that's where I perceive everyone else is. Like out
Correct.
that way.
Yep.
I'm gonna head that way
Okay.
as far as I can in one action.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
Athletics. Oh, wrong button. There it is.
Oh, 14. Okay. So you are able to, as you're looking up at the sky and seeing the massive storm that is rolling in, the water that is coming in, you see everybody and you start to dive down in and move towards them.
I'm on my way. Don't you go down on me now, Sarloth.
Flora, you're up.
Where's Sarlath at?
Sarlath is right next to you. You're touching him.
Okay, we're going. I'm gonna try to give a good kick with my big old rabbit feet.
Mm-hmm.
We're going up to the top, baby.
Oh, so you're trying to kick him up?
Yeah, we're trying. I don't want him to die.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay, so bunny kick. Is that a attack? Does that just happen?
Can I use? Okay, I got a question. Can I use the rabbit hop as a bonus action? It's a bonus action. I can jump 10 feet. Can I push off of the tree that we're against or nearby?
You will be able to push yourself off 10 feet with that. If you want to push him off 10 feet, then you can do that as well, but it'll push you deeper.
I'm not having death saving throws yet, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. I'll just let that happen because that's an ability you have. So you kick him out and he kind of flops outside of the water. Sarloth, I need just a dexterity save. Floor, you're pushed down deeper.
God damn.
11. Not bad. That's actually okay. You're able to kind of slam down, and you're able to reach the top of the tree, and you're gripping one of the leaves. Senna, you're up.
I'm trying to figure out how not to whisper rolls. I'm going to try to make the rest of the 30 feet to solve.
You can make the 30 feet just fine. Let's see, what was your last athletics? 12.
Just a
Go ahead.
12.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another athletics check.
Okay. Say 18.
Yeah, you're fine. You can make the 30 feet to him.
Okay, I'm immediately going to spend my action giving him a point from lay on hands.
Okay.
And try and get some of the water out of my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my economy.
Okay. Basura, as you feel Sarloth, Senna kind of pull you up and start to wipe some things off you and kind of push you up towards the top of the tree itself. As you start to gasp some breath, they start to wipe some of the salt water from their eyes.
So I'm no longer in the water anymore.
You are no longer in the water.
As soon as I can get a breath out, I'm gonna in Infernal. I am sick and tired of the fucking water.
Basura, you're up.
I saw Flora go down, correct?
I'm sorry, what?
I saw Flora go under, right?
Yes, Flora went down. To
All
push
right, I'm gonna
up.
swim down under her and kind of push her out of the water,
Okay.
even if that involves me staying under the water to keep
Nah,
her
you,
above the water.
that's fine. You can breathe underwater. So you are able to push her up. I'll just say that your action is a push action and able to push her up. Flora, you start to push your head up and are able to breathe. Looking at the chaos around you as the storm intensifies, there is more heavy downpour, moving of water currents, and it seems the island itself is being broken apart. There is slamming of water and trees that are being pushed out into the ocean that you guys are in.
Is the mountain still there?
The mountain is... Yes. Yeah, mountain's still there. Miter, you're up.
So everybody's over by the tree with Sarloth at this point, right?
Yeah, you are being you have been pushed back, so...
Okay. But can I see that he's out of water?
Give me a perception check. Yes.
Okay. I am going to... I'm going to call out to Tara if I can.
Ooh, okay.
Try to, because I know, like, this is her domain, her island, at least from what Basura has kind of told us.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom check. Like, just plain wisdom. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Not save, just a wisdom. Okay, 15. There is a switch as you call out to Tara, trying to figure out what is going on, what's happening, help us. You feel your body as it's pushed and pulled inside of the tide and the water pushing around, and then there is a slight stop and you feel your entire body kind of lifted up. And as you're trying to look down, all you see above is an endless expanse of gray and black clouds of thunder and lightning that are streaking across them. And there's a voice inside of your head. Child, you speak nothing or know nothing What do you want?
To help you.
There is nothing beside destroying that which has caused this, and yet you want to help. Then what do you do or provide that helps?
Myself.
Do you
I will
wish
help with
to
the destruction.
sacrifice your health? Your person, your being, whatever you are?
If it will save my family, yes.
I don't think you know what you offer.
I don't.
Good. You have one more chance. Because I feel and sense greatness and or decisions within you that have nothing but potential. Why are you contacting me? Because your friends, your party you go with, have many choices that are both against and with me. What can you offer?
To stop what Basura started.
Then you are willing to end what he started.
Yes.
Then know your choice is against what you want. Are you okay with this?
To stop the spread of the Crimson Tide, yes.
Then you will know your worth beyond what you can provide. Because I am Tara, the wrath and the destruction of this world. And you have chosen to align yourself with that. Again, do you accept?
No.
Then that is your fate. And there is a rip as you feel yourself falling, and as your consciousness resumes itself, you see yourself hundreds of feet above the ocean. Same place you were before, cascading down, and there is a slam into what is the sea, and we will end session there.
Why does this session always end with Miter getting messed up?
Poor Snarf swimming.
Because
I'm
Miter
almost
makes
there.
does
decision.
stupid shit.
I just hope I get out of that water.
I
But
don't
Shora's
know.
just like bobbing in the water, staring at Miter like,